It was steamy indeed. Thank you so much, Zoe. So now we're going to take a different turn and get artistic here on your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning. So imagine if a gallery went and took the leap to give any and all artists the opportunity to take their expertise to the next level. Well, it might sound like an idealistic dream, but there is in fact a studio here in Cape Town that is doing just that, giving any and all artists the opportunity to be a part of an exhibition with one common theme, cattle skulls. Very interesting.
In 2014, Blake Combrink was approached by a local Woodstock resident named Stephen, who had cattle skulls for sale. Blake saw an artistic opportunity and started the Primal project, where individuals with a desire to apply their talent used cattle skulls as the medium to express their artistic style.
Primal Herd concept started with the skulls. We hand them out to different artists as blank canvases, and the artists were actually just found through wishing to work on the canvas. I've always felt like I think art is so varied and so different, and not everything will appeal to everyone. But for me, as an art gallery, I feel my mission is to just look for passion and look for people who are driven to create, and I think that brings across the message very well. Adam Weston is, I would say, one of my favorites. Artist to work with the skulls, because I believe he also really understands the concept and is also inspired by the same ultimate goal. And I think that's what we're trying to build is that community, and that's the idea of the Primal Herd, is to create a community.
As a graphic designer, Michelle Adam Weston has taken a detour from his usual art form using computers and brought a fresh perspective on carving by creating intricate designs on the skulls.
Bone is one of the most ancient materials used by man. So from wood to rock to bone, it's always been there around. And each bone is an individual piece in itself. So when I started this project with Next Gallery, we had a cow skull to work with. And I started off by painting the skull. It's a very interesting process, layering on a natural material like bone because it is so porous. From that process, I learned quite a lot. And we live in a time where there's inspiration all around you. What I want to try and do is take what is there, find the uniqueness of the skull, and bring that out into something beautiful, to give it a second life, that from something forgotten in a field out in the Karoo or the desert to the most beautiful piece that this skull can become, to be something that can talk to people and give them an interest in what an animal is, where it comes from, what is its story. Because every animal, every being on this planet has a story.
The aim of the project is to connect with and unite communities. It also has no regulations or limitations placed on the artists except a deadline. And there's also a skull painted by an 11-year-old boy named Ryan.
I'm trying to make another skull with someone's face on it, and that's how I'm gonna get more money. And then I'm gonna make drawings and that stuff, and then just gonna paint more and more, and if I'm older, I want to be a professional artist.
So I walked into the Next Gallery and I started having a conversation with Blake just about what he was doing, and I found it very amazing that he was bringing democracy to art. So instead of having a high-end gallery with a famous artist, with Next, it didn't matter where you studied. If you wanted to pursue a career in art, you could. Anyone off the street, doesn't matter your economic background, your culture, your location. If you have a passion for art, go for it and do it. And Blake will try and guide you towards a career where you can sustain yourself.